What's good, YouTube? DM Gaming here, guys. And in today's video, I want to discuss some college football related news and information. If you follow me on Twitter, I just actually recently tweeted this out. Interesting, but I feel this is a bit off because this says school payout, but the comments are talking as if it's saying player payout. As 24/7 Sports, any clarification on this? And what I'm referring to was an Instagram post made by 24/7 Sports that says here about the upcoming college football game that school payouts for the new EA Sports college football video game will range from $10,000 to $104,000 based on a tier system, or basically the more popular schools are going to get the bigger payouts. Now, what I'm looking at, when you go to the comment section of this post, you have Travis Hunter at the top, and Trip 24/7 Sports acknowledges him. You also have Destroying commenting on it. Heisman winner and 2023 national champion CJ Stroud. Even though this isn't, I don't know why they're doing this. 24/7 Sports, we need some clarification on this because it seems like people are getting the idea out of these first two comments that that's a player payout. And this guy's looking at the cover. This is not, guys, let me be clear. This is not an official cover. This is not real. Also, because it says NCAA Football 22. Why they use this, I have no clue. Because the game isn't going to be called NCAA. They don't have the NCAA licensing. It's going to be called EA Sports College Football. CJ Stroud, is he a cover athlete? I don't know. But this right here is not real, so I don't even know why people do comments like this right here. And 24/7 Sports, y'all know better. Why even? I know you're engaging with your player base, not your player base, but your followers and stuff. But come on, man. But I'm wondering about this. Are people thinking this is player payout? This is school payout. This is how much they're paying the schools, not the players. You really think the cheapest player is going to get $10,000? You know how many college football players, guys? First of all, there's over 120 Division I championship series, or bowls. It used to be the bowl series. There's over 120 in top D1. You know how many players that is per school? Like, that is a astronomical number. So let's say you have 120 teams. Let's just say each team has 55 players on the active roster, which a lot of times they have more. That's 6,600 players. Let's say they paid each of them $10,000 a piece. At the least, that would be over $66 million that EA Sports would be paying each player. That's assuming that every player gets paid $10,000. Now, could they pocket that? Could they afford that? Guys, $66 million is a astronomical amount of money. I don't even know. And before you say, well, they got it, they're a $1 billion company. $66 million is a lot of money when you may not even make that off of sales from the game. Now, the game is going to have Ultimate Team. We know that because, heck, NCAA 14 had Ultimate Team. The difference between then and now is that at that time, Ultimate Team wasn't as monetized as it is and pushed in everybody's face the way it is now with Madden. And so expect for it to be thrown in your face in NCAA. That's all I'm saying with that. Now, this article comes out from The Spun by Sports Illustrated. Chris Rosvoglu. I'm not going to butcher his last name. Anyway, EA Sports reportedly sets release month for college football game. And they're just talking about how their target is for July of next year. They want to keep it kind of how it was because you don't want to release a game in the middle of a season. You don't. That's the issue that 2K had with their football game, is that they wanted to put it out during the holiday season, but the NFL was like, no, because it's in the middle of the season. You know, you want to put these games out before the season actually gets going and gets started. So college football would drop in July, Madden would drop in August, so on and so forth. But they have a tweet here. According to FOIA records obtained by Matt Brown, EA Sports has marked July 2023 as its release month for the highly anticipated return of its popular college football game. Now, a big question people are going to ask, when are we going to see any trailers? Are we going to see any gameplay at EA Play this year or whatever? You know, because to me, I feel like you should at least be teasing the game. I personally feel like they may show something before the end of the year, but definitely by next year. You know, we normally started seeing stuff for NCAA. It would come out in July. We would start seeing stuff for NCAA around April. Okay. EA Sports stopped producing NCAA games after 2013. As you'd expect, fans are thrilled that it's making a comeback. So far, nearly 120 universities, athletic conferences, and bowl games have apparently conceptually approved participation. There are still some schools that are on the fence from what I've heard, but it's more or less from them just working out deals with these schools. I think everybody's going to take part because you don't want to be the school that's not in this video game. Because as much as you think that this is an EA profit, these colleges benefit from this as well. Because they're going to have people, you know, oh, you can go check us out in the NCAA game. Have you played with us? You know, and then kids going to these colleges are going to want to play with themselves in the game and stuff, especially when with them having player likenesses. There's also optimism for a college football player video game group license. And this is for the kids. They're trying to work that out as well. A group licensing. So that way everything is done through one agency. You don't have to deal with individuals or individual schools as far as paying the players. You can go to one central group and get it all done. With NIL deals now allowed in the NCAA, there's a chance player participation could happen at some point in the future. Now, they did say this also, that if they're not able to get likenesses, they're still going to come out with the game. It's just going to be generic rosters. But from what I've heard also is that with the generic rosters, if they are able to do this, we as players buying the game won't be able to edit those rosters. And the reason you won't be able to edit them is to prevent the whole likeness issue. So it's some interesting things going on, man. Like, at the end of the day, you really hope they can get player likenesses in here. I always played college football games, and that was always a cool thing. You know, the only thing they would match would be the number and kind of like the height and the weight for the player for the most part, but it was still cool. So being able to play with the people that you watch on TV, like it's one of those deals where you already know who the player is anyway, so it really doesn't matter at the end of the day. EA to me is really just pushing. They could get this game done without the image and likeness. And this shows that they could have been done an NCAA game. They could have been done a college football game. But they haven't been doing it because they want to capitalize off the Ultimate Team. They want player likenesses in there because it's highly marketable. And the fact that it's out now with the NIL deals, everybody knew that. Once that stuff was approved, it was going to open the door for EA Sports to come out and put out a college football game. If you didn't see that coming, then you're not paying attention to the way things work with EA Sports. But the fact that it is out now and they're able to do this stuff, that just shows, you know, and even them saying that if they're not able to get that group licensing done or whatever, and they're not able to pay the players just yet, that they're still going to come out with the video game. It'll just be generic rosters. That lets you know right there they could have been done that. They did it in Madden. With the college games on Madden, there's generic rosters. They could have, and it really upsets me as a fan of this series to know that they could have easily put out a game and they just didn't because they wanted to monopolize the industry or they wanted to capitalize off player likeness and stuff. They can say all day that, oh, we were just afraid in case a player happened to be the same size. Dude, you can go through each roster and see, hey, does this match anybody on the roster at that position with that number? And if the answer is no, if it is yes, you can go in and change it. You can edit your rosters. And the community was going to, regardless if it was generic rosters or not, the community was going to go in. Somebody was going to go in and make all the rosters accurate with names, accurate height, weights, all that stuff. So it was going to get done regardless. But anyway, guys, this is the news that we have. This is the information that we have. Like I said, as far as seeing stuff for the game, I don't think they'll talk about it if there is an EA Play this year. I don't think we'll hear anything about the game right now or see anything. Let me rephrase that. But come early next year, maybe around time for the national championship game and stuff like that, when college football is at its peak or the playoffs, I think we'll begin to start to see some stuff come out for NCAA football. But I don't think they're going to do it now because it could potentially hurt the sales for Madden. Even though college football won't come out till next year, they don't want to overshadow that with Madden. But let me know what y'all think down in the comment section down below, man. If you're excited for this game to come back, man, let me know. Till next time, y'all. Thanks for watching. Peace.